The tires on a mining truck are 14 feet tall. Estimate the radius. Use 3.14 for pi. Do not include units in your answer. Let's start with a sketch here. So here are the tires. And one of these tires, from top to bottom, is 14 feet tall. So when I hear that, I know that what we're talking about is the diameter. And then I know to go from the diameter to the radius, well, the radius is half of the diameter. So in this case, the radius is 1/2 of 14, and the radius is 7 feet. So that was the correct answer. If you chose the answer of 44, then I think a couple of things happened. I think the first thing is that you took the 3.14, which is what we were asked to use for pi, and you multiplied it by 14, which is the diameter, and that gave you a total of 43.96 or 96 hundredths. Then, when you looked at the answer choices, you decided to round this to the nearest whole number. So you looked at that 9, and you realized that would mean that you needed to round up if we were doing whole numbers, and so you rounded to 44. So there are some things in here that are not right. So first and foremost, we weren't finding the circumference, and what you've done here is find the circumference. Yes, we were given information about 3.14, but just because we were given it doesn't mean that we actually needed it. Sometimes you get information that you don't need. All we needed to do was recognize that the diameter is what was being described, and then we needed half of that to find the radius. So some of the ways that I remind myself about this is to draw the sketch, kind of like we saw here. As soon as I saw the sketch, it was clear to me that what they had described in the story problem was the diameter, and then to go from diameter to radius is really easy. If I don't have a picture in my head, then it's equally as easy to get complicated or confused, right? The other thing is I might not know my words really well. We have vocabulary words in here: radius, diameter, circumference. So if you haven't memorized those words yet, one of my recommendations is that you learn them and you learn their definitions, because that's going to make all of this section with circumference and circles and other things. It would be so much easier if you know those words and you're comfortable and confident with the definitions.